Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I want to talk about the ways in which we can help support each other. How when somebody reaches out and asks for help, we can go and have a conversation and not even really have a plan as to what it is we're going to say or how we're going to help, but sometimes in just listening and in sharing your own experiences, you can not just give somebody else help, but you can be reminded of things that you had kind of taken for granted, and that it bears hearing again, even if it's from yourself. But more importantly, it's what the other person brings to the conversation. It's about their experiences and about both the trials and the successes that they've had. And there's common ground, right? We're all humans. We have common experiences. And even though it might be something that's slightly different, there's still that sense of commonality in many instances. So when I had tea with my friend this afternoon, one of the things, it just happened over and over again. She would say something and I'd go, oh gosh, that reminds me of, what happened in my life. And then we talk about, how we responded to different things or how they affected us. And, again, there was common ground, not necessarily in the same scenario, but, something would give her goosebumps and I'd think, oh, I can think of something that gave me goosebumps, or how cool that gave her goosebumps. And, I don't know, it was just like another connection point. And I left there feeling like, I don't know, super blessed, because we connected on a totally different level than we had before. And it was just like it was like a gift. I don't know how else to explain it. And I just feel like, we've taken a friendship and have cemented it in a whole new way and level. And I know without a doubt that if I was ever to reach out to her, that, she would be there. And I hope she felt the same thing for me. And the more commonality you have with people, the more you see the similarities, the more you see the common ground, the more you see the ways that you're similar rather than different. And that sort of brought me to another conversation that I had later this evening about sort of about two different stories. About one story of a group of kids who when they started school had a girl with Down syndrome in their class. And somebody mentioned, oh, how great it was that they accepted her so wholeheartedly and how she had Down syndrome. And all of the kids sort of said, like, what are you talking about? No, she's just one of us. Like, they just totally accepted her totally as just one of them, which is what we should be doing, right? It's looking for the commonality. And it reminded me of another story that I saw where they were talking about these two boys who were such good friends. And they thought of themselves as twins. And yet they were, of two different races. But they didn't see that race. All they saw were the commonalities. All they saw were all the ways in which they bonded. And those two stories, even though they're different, they're the same. And it just reminded me so much of how what we go through together, whether it be a time of trial or whether it be, we're all playing hopscotch, and we're just having fun, and we're helping each other, and we're laughing together, and these are all of the things that are so common. Like my friend and I this afternoon, we had so many passions that were similar, maybe slightly different, but basically similar. And we kept sort of talking about all these commonalities that we had. And it just really brings people together. And so my musing today is really about looking for the commonalities like looking for ways that you're more like somebody than you're not. And that's what I'm using for today. Have a great one, everyone.